Think about it. The MCU has been trying very, very hard to establish a new roster of heroes in the post-Endgame era, and those OG Avengers characters can't stick around forever. Allowing Thor a mighty death at the end of Phase 6 would clear the way for the next generation and give the God of Thunder the send-off he deserves. Even Hemsworth himself might be ready to move on. In May 2025, he posted a retrospective video titled "Thank You, The Legacy of Thor" on his YouTube page, which sure sounds like a farewell to me.
To have the opportunity to do another one is just mind-blowing, you know?
It's hard to imagine now, but Bucky Barnes was once barely a secondary character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yet the first Avenger begat the Winter Soldier, begat Civil War, begat Avengers movies, and Disney Plus spinoffs galore. And now he might just be one of the franchise's most popular heroes. Who could imagine this little guy would one day become a Marvel team-up movie's biggest selling point?
It's the Winter Soldier. That guy's so cool.
Bad news for Bucky fans out there, though. Bucksters? Buckheads? I don't know. Sadly, for whatever those people call themselves, old Buchanan B might be in prime position for a culling come the Age of Doom. Why? Well, for starters, that old Hydra super soldier serum might have trouble withstanding Victor Von Doom's most powerful abilities. In fact, most of Bucky's new pals would struggle in a throwdown with Doom. And the only one who wouldn't is the one who'd refuse to get involved. Thunderbolts made a pretty big deal about these guys becoming the quote-unquote new Avengers. And until Sam Wilson gets his act together, they're about as close to a complete lineup of Earth's mightiest heroes as anything you'll find in the MCU. As such, they'll likely be first up to face Doom when he comes a-wrecking on Earth 616, and that means they'll be first to fall too. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 ended with Rocket Raccoon leading a new team of Guardians into battle. It's almost a foregone conclusion that this new version of the Guardians will show up in Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, or both movies, especially after the group's first incarnation played such an important part in Infinity War and Endgame. And just like in those movies, they may not all come out unscathed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Considering everything he's been through, killing off Rocket in an upcoming Avengers movie would be an unspeakable act of cruelty on Marvel's part. And you're right, it would. They shouldn't do it. But we're only roughly halfway through this video, so I have to keep talking. If you really want me to be that guy, I suppose some kind of self-sacrifice would demonstrate just how far Rocket has come since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. As well as that, Volume 3 dove deep into his past and helped him come to terms with his origin story, meaning that his most important character arc is already complete. With no more obvious emotional ground to cover, it could make sense for him to bite the bullet in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Could. Maybe.
Fox killed him. Disney brought him back. They're going to make him do this till he's 90.
Kevin Feige has admitted that we probably haven't seen the last of Hugh Jackman's Logan, and considering the third Deadpool movie made literally all of the money in the world, it's a fair bet to assume that he'll be back for one or both of the next two Avengers projects.
G'day, mate. There's nothing that'll bring me back to life faster than a big bag of Marvel cash.
Me too, Hugh.
If he does, those movies might present a good opportunity to bring Jackman's time as Wolverine to a final end. For one thing, the death of an indestructible mutant would raise the stakes immeasurably, cementing the awesome power of Dr. Doom in the eyes of moviegoers. For another, Jackman will probably need to be out of the way by the time the MCU's original X-Men come into the picture, and that seems likely to happen sometime in Phase 7. And let's face it, by that point, most of us are never going to want to hear the word variant ever again. Peter Quill's return to Earth at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was clearly supposed to be the beginning of a new era for Star-Lord, but that doesn't mean his superhero days are behind him. Doomsday and Secret Wars would be the obvious place for the MCU to fulfill Volume 3's promise that Star-Lord will return, especially since Chris Pratt has recently worked with the Russo brothers on their massive turd, the Electric State. But there'd need to be a pretty compelling narrative purpose to bring him back, lest his return feel like nothing more than meaningless fan service. And we don't want any more of that, do we?
Hi guys, गाइस अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर कर दें और शेयर भी कर दें। और जो भी आपने वीडियो देखा है वो एकदम रियल है और रियल स्टोरी जो है यही है, आपने सुन लिया होगा। और वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें। अगर आपको स्टोरी नहीं समझ में आई है तो कमेंट ज़रूर कर दें।